Welcome back, Style Episode. We warmly greet all of you once again. Today, we are going to talk about the top 2 most valuable United Kingdom half-crown coins, which in different years, mint marks, and conditions are considered true treasures for collectors. These coins can range in value from thousands of dollars to even hundreds of thousands of dollars at today's auction markets, especially when they are in uncirculated or proof condition. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom half-crown from 1955, specifically in circulated condition. Now, you might be wondering, can a circulated coin, especially one that's not extremely old, really be valuable? The answer might surprise you. While it's not among the rarest coins ever minted, the 1955 half-crown has a unique story, a respectable collector demand, and an auction presence that makes it worth discussing in detail. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know, from its historical background to its design features, from its rarity in worn condition to its actual market value in US dollars. Whether you're a beginner collector, a coin enthusiast, or someone who just found one of these coins in an old drawer, this guide will give you a complete understanding of what you're holding and what it could be worth. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the story of the 1955 UK half-crown. To truly understand the 1955 half-crown, we need to go back in time to post-war Britain. The country was still recovering from the effects of World War II, and its currency system was undergoing gradual modernization. The half-crown, worth 2 shillings and 6 pence, was an important denomination in everyday transactions. It was widely used and recognized, making it a staple of British commerce for many years. The half-crown denomination itself dates back to the 16th century, but by 1955, it had become part of a more standardized coinage system. The 1955 issue falls under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended to the throne just a few years earlier in 1952. This makes the coin part of the early Young Head series of Elizabeth II coinage, which is particularly interesting for collectors due to its historical significance. Unlike older silver half-crowns minted before 1947, the 1955 version was struck in cupronickel, a combination of copper and nickel. This change was made to reduce costs and reflects the economic conditions of the time. While this means the coin doesn't carry intrinsic silver value, it still holds collectible value due to its design, age, and place in British monetary history. Millions of these coins were produced in 1955, as they were intended for widespread circulation. However, over time, many were lost, damaged, or melted down, leaving fewer examples available today, especially in better conditions. This gradual reduction in surviving coins contributes to their current demand among collectors. One of the most appealing aspects of the 1955 half-crown is its design. Even in circulated condition, the details of the coin can still be appreciated. Especially if the wear is moderate rather than severe. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This is the first definitive portrait of the Queen used on British coinage, often referred to as the Young Head design. The Queen is shown without a crown, facing right, with a simple and elegant appearance that reflects the early years of her reign. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side is equally impressive, featuring the crowned royal coat of arms. This intricate design includes symbols representing England, Scotland, and Ireland, making it a powerful representation of the United Kingdom. The level of detail in the shield, the crown, and the surrounding elements is remarkable, even on coins that have seen years of circulation. The coin has a diameter of approximately 32 mm and a solid, weighty feel, which many collectors appreciate. Its edge is milled, adding both security and aesthetic value. Despite being made of cupronickel, the coin has a pleasing silver-like appearance when well preserved. Even in circulated condition, these design elements can still be partially visible, and collectors often enjoy examining how the wear affects different parts of the coin. Coins with evenly distributed wear and visible key details are generally more desirable than heavily damaged or corroded examples. Now, let's talk about rarity, which is one of the most misunderstood aspects of coin collecting. The 1955 half-crown is not considered extremely rare in absolute terms because millions were minted. However, rarity is not just about how many were produced, it's about how many have survived and in what condition. In circulated condition, the 1955 half-crown is quite common, but that doesn't mean it lacks value. Many collectors specifically look for circulated coins because they are more affordable and still carry historical significance. However, when a coin becomes heavily damaged, such as being bent, scratched, corroded, or excessively worn, its desirability decreases significantly. That said, even damaged coins can have a market. Some collectors focus on budget collections and are willing to purchase lower-grade coins to fill gaps in their sets. Additionally, coins with unusual damage, such as mint errors or unique wear patterns, can sometimes attract niche interest. The key factor is eye appeal. A circulated coin with smooth wear and readable details is far more desirable than one with deep scratches or environmental damage. As a result, two coins from the same year and mint can have very different values depending on their condition. Collector demand for the 1955 half-crown remains steady, particularly among those building date sets of British coins or focusing on the early years of Elizabeth II's reign. While it may not command high prices like rare gold coins or low mintage issues, it still holds a respectable place in the market. When it comes to market value, the 1955 half-crown in circulated condition generally falls into a modest price range, but there are important variations depending on the coin's condition and heavily worn or damaged condition, where details are barely visible. The coin may be worth around $1 to $3. These are typically considered bulk or junk coins and are often sold in lots and average circulated condition, where major design elements are still visible but show clear wear. The value typically ranges from $3 to $8. This is the most common category and represents the majority of coins found in collections or old coin jars. For coins in better circulated condition, sometimes referred to as fine or very fine, the value can increase to around $8 to $15. These coins have clearer details and are more attractive to collectors. If a coin is close to uncirculated or has minimal wear, it can fetch $20 or more, especially if it has strong eye appeal. However, such examples are less common and often come from collections rather than general circulation finds. Auction results can vary depending on factors such as the platform, the quality of the photos, and the level of interest from bidders. In some cases, particularly attractive coins may sell for higher than average prices due to competitive bidding. It's also worth noting that prices can fluctuate over time based on market trends, collector interest, and economic conditions. While the 1955 half-crown is not a high-value coin, it remains a stable and accessible entry point into the world of British numismatics. If you're interested in collecting the 1955 half-crown or similar coins, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always pay attention to condition. Even small differences in wear can have a noticeable impact on value. Learn to recognize grading terms such as good, fine, very fine, and extremely fine, as these will help you assess coins more accurately. Second, avoid cleaning your coins. This is one of the most common mistakes made by beginners. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce the coin's value. Collectors prefer coins with natural wear and original surfaces, even if they look slightly tarnished. Third, consider buying from reputable dealers or auction platforms. This helps ensure that you're getting genuine coins and fair pricing. Look for clear photos and detailed descriptions when purchasing online. Fourth, think about building a complete set. Collecting all half-crowns from a particular era, such as the Elizabeth II series, can be a rewarding and educational experience. It also gives you a broader understanding of the coinage system and its evolution over time. Finally, store your coins properly. Use coin holders, albums, or capsules to protect them from moisture, dust, and physical damage. Proper storage can help preserve their condition and maintain their value over the long term. In conclusion, the United Kingdom half-crown from 1955 may not be the rarest or most expensive coin in the world, but it offers a unique combination of history, design, and accessibility that makes it a favorite among collectors. In circulated condition, it tells a story of everyday use during a transformative period in British history, while still holding a modest but meaningful market value. From its elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II to its detailed royal coat of arms, the coin is a testament to the craftsmanship of mid-20th century minting. Its value in dollars may range from just a few bucks to around $20 depending on condition, but its true worth lies in its historical significance and collector appeal. Whether you're just starting your coin collecting journey or adding to an existing collection, the 1955 half-crown is a piece worth considering. It's affordable, widely available, and rich in character qualities that make it an ideal coin for enthusiasts at any level. Next up, the 1953 United Kingdom half-crown in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, even modest in value, but when you look closer, it tells a powerful story of history, royal transition, and the early years of a legendary monarch. Whether you're a beginner collector or someone searching through old coins at home, this video will help you understand the rarity, collector demand, and real auction value of this coin in US dollars. Stay with us, because by the end, you might see this small coin in a completely different light. History and background. The 1953 half-crown holds a special place in British numismatic history. It was among the very first coins issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, following her accession to the throne in 1952 after the death of her father. This makes the coin part of the early Elizabeth II era, which began a new chapter for British currency. United Kingdom coinage was undergoing subtle changes in design and symbolism at the time, reflecting a modernizing nation stepping into the post-war world. The half-crown itself had already been in circulation for centuries, dating back to the 16th century, and it represented a value of 2 shillings and sixpence equivalent to 1/8 of a pound. By 1953, however, the coin was no longer made of silver. Instead, it was struck in cupronickel, marking a shift from precious metals to more affordable materials due to economic changes after World War II. Despite this, the 1953 issue gained attention because it marked the beginning of a new monarch's coinage, which always holds historical importance for collectors. Unique features of the coin. One of the most striking aspects of the 1953 half-crown is its design. On the obverse, you'll find a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. This portrait, created by sculptor Mary Gillick, is often admired for its simplicity and elegance, capturing the Queen in her early years before the iconic crown portraits appeared later. On the reverse side, the coin features a crown shield displaying the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom. The shield is divided into sections representing England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, surrounded by the inscription FID Def and the denomination half-crown. Another interesting detail is that there are two main varieties of this coin, I to bead and I to space, referring to the position of a letter in the inscription relative to the rim beads. While both types are common, collectors sometimes seek one variety over the other, adding a small layer of intrigue and specialization to collecting. The coin measures about 32 millimeters in diameter and weighs roughly 14 grams, making it a large and satisfying piece to hold. Its reeded edge and detailed engraving give it a classic, traditional feel that many modern coins lack. Rarity and collector demand in damaged condition. Now let's talk about rarity, because this is where many people get surprised. The 1953 half-crown is not considered a rare coin in general. With a mintage of over 4.3 million pieces, it is widely available in the market. However, rarity is not just about how many coins were made, it's also about condition. Coins in fine condition show moderate wear but still retain clear details. While they are not pristine, they are still collectible. Interestingly, even damaged or heavily circulated examples can have some demand among beginner collectors or those building affordable collections. That said, demand for damaged coins is relatively low compared to higher-grade examples. Collectors prefer coins with sharp details, minimal scratches, and original surfaces. Cleaning or excessive wear can significantly reduce value. Still, the 1953 half-crown maintains a baseline level of interest because it represents the first year of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage, a factor that always adds historical appeal. Current market value in dollars. Let's get to the part everyone is curious about, value. According to coin value guides, a 1953 half-crown in fine condition is typically worth around 20 pence to 50 pence. This may seem low, but it reflects how common the coin is in circulated grades. When converted to US dollars, this equals approximately 25 cents to 65 cents. In very fine or extremely fine condition, the value can rise slightly, reaching around $2 to $6, and in uncirculated condition, it may go up to around $6 or more depending on quality and demand. Auction results also show that typical circulated examples rarely fetch high prices unless they are part of a set, have exceptional eye appeal, or are graded by professional services. In most cases, the coin's value remains modest. However, prices can vary depending on the platform, buyer interest, and overall market trends. Tips for collectors: if you're thinking about collecting or selling a 1953 half-crown, here are some practical tips. First, always check the condition carefully. Even small differences in wear can significantly impact value. Look for sharp details in the portrait and shield, and avoid coins that have been harshly cleaned. Second, try to identify the variety, whether it's I to bead or I to space. While the value difference is usually small, some collectors prefer specific varieties, which could make your coin slightly more desirable. Third, consider selling as part of a collection rather than individually. Grouping coins together can sometimes attract more buyers and result in a better overall price. Finally, remember that coin collecting is not just about profit, it's about history and enjoyment. Even a low-value coin like the 1953 half-crown can be a meaningful piece of a larger collection, especially for those interested in British history or royal coinage. In conclusion, the 1953 United Kingdom half-crown in fine condition is a coin rich in history but modest in monetary value. It marks the beginning of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage, carries a classic design, and remains a piece among collectors. While it may not make you rich overnight, it offers something equally valuable, a tangible connection to a pivotal moment in history. So, if you happen to find one of these coins in your collection, don't overlook it. Take a closer look, appreciate its story, and consider adding it to your collection. And who knows? As interest in vintage coins continues to grow, even common coins like this could see increased demand in the future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And tell us in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket?